This morning, I was trying to do some research. Why is it that Muslims are randomly killing? There's a website called The Religion of Peace, and because Islam calls itself the religion of peace, it basically documents, it's unbelievable how much murder is going on all over. And most of it is against, quote unquote, the Muslims that are not as righteous as them. There's this concept in Islam where you can declare someone a non-Muslim. So even though the guy is Muslim, I forgot what it's called, takif or something, and then you have the right to kill him. So ultimately, as I did the research, it comes out very clearly because there's something called Salafists. Salafists are, if you want to call it, comparison would be like fundamentalist Christians, which basically, before people could read everything they heard from whether it was the priest or the imam. So the religion was made in the image of the person telling it to them. But now there's a problem. People can read. And the problem with that is that people are reading the books. Whereas in Christianity, it effectively, I've read the Bible, the New Testament, it doesn't call for killing anyone. In fact, it's basically about goodness and kindness. But the bottom line is, over 30 times, Muhammad, who practiced this, calls and says to kill people. Muhammad was kind of delusional, and he thought that he was a prophet. That's why in his reality were all these prophets, Isaiah, etc., Jesus and Muhammad. And when the Jews and the Christians didn't accept it, he became violently angry at them, and he went on killing rampages. There was, they call it a tribe, but a group of Jewish people, Saudi Arabia. He burnt down their trees, he killed the men, he raped the women as he was killing the men. This is like, there's no terrorist that is as barbaric and sadistic as their leader, Muhammad. And so when a person asks themselves, how did Islam, which is meant to be a religion, get itself into just violently murdering people, most of them Muslims themselves? Well, the answer is very simple. Because they are reading the Quran, they are following the behavior of their leader, and this is exactly what he said to do. Literally, the last words was, there will be, I think, a rock, and it will say, there's a Jew behind it, come and kill it. This is the charter of Hamas, to kill, to kill, to kill. And, many of us have been brainwashed by Obama's rhetoric, which he's part of the Muslim Brotherhood without going into that, but basically about, oh no, these are victims. They're not victims. It is the largest murderous organization in the world as we speak. And as we're coming up to elections, it's very, very clear. The more you support the Democratic Party that basically Obama infected with his worldview, that actually we're the bad guys and the murderers are the good guys, exactly like Nazism. The Jews, the good people, are the bad people, and we, the murderers, are the good people. So the more one understands what is actually going on in this world and what their desire is, which is literally, the best thing is to kill you. You see what they did to the Yazidi women, the worst horrific rapes. The psychologist that came there said they've never seen people more traumatized in their life. As we speak now, there are probably Jewish girls getting raped in the hellhole of Gaza. And again, it all boils down to our own error. Why did we even give Gaza away? Because some moron said that there's something called a Palestinian people. There's never been a Palestinian people. Actually, there was an ancient Philistine people, but they disappeared 2,500 years ago, along with all the ancient tribes except for the Jewish people in this land of Israel. So the point is, this is all pure anti-Semitism. It's a concocted lie from Russia. It's Russian disinformation. The one that actually made the lie, in fact, he defected to the West. Ian Pacipa, he wrote a book called Disinformation. And the bottom line is that, we have to not be part of the problem. We cannot be fooled by basically people that their whole agenda is to kill, and they believe in literally in taking women. They sold women as sex slaves. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And instead of the Western world saying this is the antithesis of our values are about freedom and democracy and human rights and respecting women, the very organizations, the very people that are the worst in the world, including towards the West, are the ones that these fools are saying, no, don't hate us, we love you. So basically, as I like to say, if you bow your head to evil, it makes it very easy to chop it off.